Can you do Debaser but as Slavoj Zizek?
Debaser. 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 I'm not as good as my Slavoj Zizek anymore.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I just can't get the. I can't get the tone.
You
What
can-
album are we doing?
We're doing Doolittle by the Pixies. You know, it's just Pixies.
Yeah.
It's like Deftones, but
No one
It's-
calls them the Deftones.
but they should be called the Pixies.
Yeah,
I'm
they-
so-
Why?
It just sounds
Isn't that
weird.
almost called whore? Apparently.
This album was almost called Whore. That's one of my notes.
Oh, what?
But then
I-
apparently he
yeah.
saw the album cover of the monkey with the halo, and he was like, "I don't want to incite anything. I don't want to call this monkey a whore. I can't do that."
Yeah, he could have just not put the monkey. He could have just taken the monkey out.
No, he came up with the title in his own head, and then the guy who did the album cover said his album cover, it's the monkey, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta change something."
Anyway, relevant. Not anymore.
Well, we want to talk about the other albums we almost did.
Rock doesn't matter in modern society. Hate to tell you, it doesn't.
Do you want to do the other albums? We want to briefly talk about the other albums we didn't do.
Okay, so we had.
I gave Eric 3 albums. I was like, I kind of said listen to all of them. He kind of listened to all of them and just said, "This is the only one I like." Obviously, Pixies Doolittle, and then Pavement, Crooked Rain, and
You
then
wrote wait, no, it's Crooked Rain, Crooked Rain.
yeah, and then the third one is
Crooked Rain Squared. Do we dare call it that?
no.
It would have to be in brackets though, and it wouldn't even be that. It would be Crooked Rain, Crooked. It would be Crooked Rain, Rain Crooked, Crooked Crooked, Rain Rain.
It's getting cut.
You sure? And
That
then
bit.
Dinosaur Junior.
Oh, You're Living All Over Me.
Yeah,
Did you listen to that one?
yeah.
It's a good album, Eric.
It's not bad.
You didn't want to review it.
No, I was just like,
the riffs.
yeah, I was just like, this is too. I know what this is gonna. I know what we're gonna talk about when we do this, and I just don't want to.
You don't want to talk about guitar riffs.
No, I don't. No, I don't want to talk about how this is like grunge, but for like people 10 years earlier.
We had basically invented.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
lots
I
of
don't want to be
different-
like, oh my god, Nirvana copied this. I don't want to talk.
Well,
about
we can
that.
get the Pixies. We can get
Yeah,
into
I
that.
know. I know. Kurt Cobain was like, I love the Pixies. I wanted to be their cover band.
Also, Smells Like Teen Spirit was based off a Pixies song.
Which one?
He
Monkey.
said I was
Monkey
trying to
Gone to
base.
Heaven.
He said I'm trying to base. He was like when me and
He's
so
trying
and
to
so.
D-bass.
He said when I was writing Smells Like Teen Spirit, I accidentally wrote a Pixies song. We should probably owe them some money. That's what he said, something like that.
Good on him. Honest man. I
And
assume.
very famous at that point.
And
so-
dead. R.I.P.
I mean, he made the Pixies more famous by saying he would always talk about the Pixies.
He made David Bowie about the same amount of famous.
I don't know about that. I think David Bowie was pretty.
Yeah, but he did Man Who Sold the World. Like Midgar Erg also did that. Far less prominent though.
David Bowie's a big Pixies fan. There's a whole video on
Yeah.
YouTube that says David Bowie on Pixies with like 3 million views.
Something like that.
And then he talked about the Pixies. He said
And then
like
they're
why?
like-
He said I feel betrayed by the fact that America didn't make the Pixies the biggest band in the country.
Yeah, he said something like that.
It's like,
America didn't take him.
did you think they were gonna like be like U2 sounding like they do? Like, no offense, the Pixies write pop songs, but they're not like.
God damn you.
He
two.
does scream like.
Yeah.
It's not the most commercial thing.
He does also occasionally sound like Schmeagol.
On Tame,
Is it Tame?
that's the second song.
No, it's one
He
of the
just
latest
screams
songs as well.
Tame.
I think it's number 13.
Oh, I mean,
It's at the beginning.
so in terms of relevancy, I actually wrote something because Eric just says every time we do this, he says rock's dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But I
well,
did write.
no, because you're always like, how is this relevant? Well, it was relevant 20 years ago.
That's what I wrote. Despite being one of the most influential bands of the last 30 years, they aren't actually relevant anymore.
Yeah.
Like, the bands they influenced are relevant. Oh, and then the other bands they influenced, Nirvana, Weezer, Smashing Pumpkins, Radiohead.
Weezus, that's what I haven't heard of.
Weezer, not Weezers. Not Weedus, not the Teenage Dirtbag band. Weezer.
Weezer, yeah. They were relevant for a while.
Weezer is still relevant.
Not really. They were only relevant because
They're
that one
meme
girl
relevant.
because that
They're
one girl
meme
made a
relevant.
meme about it.
A lot of people make memes about Weezer. The lead singer Instagram page is just memes about Weezer.
Yeah, classic.
And like the most famous thing about the Pixies is their quiet, loud dynamic. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They didn't invent it, but like they
Yeah, I
popularized
feel like
it.
there's also a musical term for that, which people were just like, nah, we're not going to use. The Beatles suck as well.
That's getting cut.
Why? Nobody really likes the Beatles.
Because
People just listen to the Beatles. Nobody likes
Jade
them.
told me that when you said you didn't know who the Strokes were, she turned the podcast off.
The who? The Strokes.
Yeah, she turned it off. She was like, I can't deal with this.
What am I supposed to listen? When am I supposed to listen to the Strokes?
Yeah, but you didn't know who they were. I don't care if you listened to them. You didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I don't.
I thought that was funny, but she was like, it's too much. I can't deal with that.
I didn't know Bono and The Edge were people. I thought Bono was Bono and The Edge was Bono's guitar.
Who names the guitar?
I don't know. I thought it was just a weird U2 thing because he's Irish.
Sorry, I said you could argue the Pixies are a strong influence on current emo bands. You could argue that.
Are they relevant? Answer me that though.
To
I like it.
To less people. But I also Billie Eilish, quiet loud. I feel like she's pretty quiet loud. Would you say so? Her songs are like quiet bit, whispering bit, loud chorus, quiet bit, whispering bit.
Maybe.
But again,
I haven't really listened to much Billie Eilish.
I also wrote these both for like a stretch.
Yeah.
But my final thing was
I'll be honest. I don't think Billie Eilish would have. She doesn't strike me as someone who listens to the Pixies.
Really, she likes alternative.
Yeah, but
music.
I don't think she. I don't think.
They're really big.
Yeah, I know. I think she listens to like
9 Inch Nails.
maybe actually. You know what I did find? What came up on YouTube? 9 Inch Nails and Funky Town.
I've seen that. It's good.
It fits so well,
Have
but
you
it's
seen
so
the Britney Spears
off-putting.
Deftones one?
Probably. Yeah.
That one's really good. It's Toxic and Change by Deftones.
Yeah.
It just works sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they just go off.
I bet that any artist influenced by by Nirvana or Weezer or Radiohead is indirectly influenced by the Pixies. Technically, they are.
I don't know. I don't like when people do that.
So you think that it's not relevant at all?
Well, not anymore.
But can you at least see that they're the most influential band of their era, other than Nirvana?
I guess they were because it came out '89. Nirvana were
91.
yeah.
Well, I guess Bleach came out before. Bleach came out in '89, but no one heard that.
Yeah.
But like the saying, you know, the saying, it's like
Yes, I know what you're gonna say.
what?
Your favorite band. Your
No,
favorite
not
band's
that. Everyone who bought the first Velvet Underground album went on to make a band, even though like not many people bought it. And the saying is not many people bought the first Pixies album, but everyone who did went on to go form a band that became famous. Like, it's obviously not true, but like that's the idea. Is that people who listen to this were like, oh, I'm gonna rip this off.
Yeah.
That's all I have for relevancy.
Yeah, they're not Rock's dead. What about Papa Roach? Did they inspire Papa Roach? You reckon?
Best songs.
Best songs?
Do you have it written out?
No, I just have like ratings for each of them.
You do ratings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debaser, Crackety Jones, Tame, There Goes My Gun, Silver.
Silver.
Yeah, Debaser, Crackety Jones, and Silver. I think.
Silver.
Yeah, I liked it.
That's my least favorite song.
Wow.
The Western one.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's such a bad song.
It's so cool.
What happens in that song, Eric?
No, I don't care. It's cool. It sounds good.
Alright, mine were Debaser, Here Comes Your Man, Monkey Going to Heaven, Mr. Greaves, and Hey. Hey is the
Yeah, I know.
they call it an R&B song. It's not an R&B song.
At least you
Well, I feel like white artists make like a song with like a groove in it. They're like, this is our R&B song. It's like no,
Justin
it's not.
Bieber. Justin Bieber with what was his album?
Intentions.
Intentions. Yeah, it will be and forever will be an R&B album. Wait, so you liked Mr. Greaves?
Yeah. Monkey Going to Heaven, Here Comes Your Man, Debaser, and Hey.
That's an odd list.
It's actually the 4 biggest songs and then Mr. Greaves. Also, I had Wave of Mutilation and I Bleed were my other 2 favorites.
Really, I Bleed.
Yeah.
I don't like I Bleed.
How? What's your least favorites then?
I Bleed.
Yeah, I know that.
I Bleed. La 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 love you.
You don't like La La Love You?
No.
That song's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just not good.
Nah, it's pretty good. I like his drummer's voice.
Mr. Greaves also. Those are my 3 least favorite. Wave of Mutilation is good. Here Comes Your Man is good. Monkey Gone to Heaven is good, but they're not like that special.
My worst were Number 13 Baby and Silver.
Number 13 Baby.
That song's boring.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. He sounds like Schmeagol.
That and
is
Tame.
my main takeaway.
When he
from that.
screams in Tame, he sounds like Schmeagol. He's screaming the word Tame over and
I
over.
like
and
that.
over.
That's
he sounds like
my favorite bit of the song.
Yeah, same, but he sounds like Schmeagol.
Does it?
A little bit.
I didn't notice that. I noticed it more on Number 13.
The only song we both have is Debaser. It's going to be an interesting conversation.
Debaser! It just goes off, doesn't it?
Yeah, is that when he just screams Well, how is...
Unchen Andalou.
But he says it wrong on purpose. He says Andalusian.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just like, sounds good. I like the pace. It seems like they're out of control, but also in harmony.
Yeah, that's kind of the Pixies.
Yeah. And then, because I was like, watch the short film. You're like, this will explain Debaser. And
I didn't say
like,
to explain it.
You were like, this will help understand or
Yeah.
something. And I was like, this
The
didn't help
lyrics.
anything. He's like, cut eye. Yep, okay.
Slicing up eyeballs.
Yes, he says slicing up eyeballs.
Ah,
and then he
ah.
says, unchen Andalusian.
I am debasing.
And then he says, Debaser.
Well, you know what-
Debaser is 90% of the lyrics.
But
There's not much,
when
analysis
talking
to
about
be done.
Unky and Angela, one of the directors said, I was planning to debase art. That's why the song's called
Yeah,
Debaser.
I thought he said that, I thought that was the, what's the singer's name?
He has 5 names.
Black Francis?
That's the stupidest name.
Yeah, well, it's the one they used on Genius, I think.
Yeah, he was Charles Thompson, Frank Black, now he's Black Francis.
Black Francis. Yeah,
That's a dumb
I thought
fucking
he
name.
said about Unchen Andalou.
No,
He was
no,
like,
the
they
direct-
debased.
No, I think that the guy who made it, one of the people who made it said that.
Yeah, I think he said, I forgot the director's name.
There's 2. It's Salvador Dali and
and-
Luis Benoit.
Yeah, Benoit was like, he, debased art. Which, is debased even a real word?
Real world.
Yeah, is it a real word? I didn't realise that.
So yeah, that's the Surfer Rosa are songs about like incest and mutilation and stuff. That's the point of the
Weirdos.
Pixies, is to like
Yeah, I know.
take pop songs and then put the lyrics as being disgusting, awful. Like, I mean, some of it's not that. Like, "Here Comes Your Man" is just hobos in the California earthquake.
Yeah. And Debaser's
Mr.
just
Greaves is
yelling
pretty dark.
Debaser.
Mr. Greaves is pretty dark.
What even is Mr. Greaves again?
Death. Mr. Greaves is death.
Oh yeah, Mr. Greaves means death. I remember that being on Genius, and I was just like, okay, cool. Don't care too much, to be honest.
Yeah.
You could have called him Mr. Death. It wouldn't have changed anything. I'm
I
glad
like
you
that
chose
song.
Greaves.
I like that. Mr. Greaves is great. We'll get to Mr. Greaves, but
Also, you know what I wrote about my analysis of Unchen Andalou?
what?
What kind of Freudian fever dream is this? Just another reason not to be a psychoanalyst.
Do you know how they did the eyeball thing?
Yeah, they got a sheep eye.
Yeah, smart.
Well, it's not like you're acting like someone was
No,
going
but,
to.
like, it's a
the
good
actor
effect.
was going to be like, "Yeah, we're
No,
going to use my real
But
eye."
it's a good effect.
What else were they going to do?
You need to get other things so that they
A
can get
glass eye? They're going to use a glass eye?
You can use a prosthetic,
Do you think they had prosthetics?
not
in
a prosthetic arm, but like a fake eye.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't look real.
The sheep eye didn't look. It doesn't look
What do you
real
mean
anyway.
a sheep eye doesn't look real? It looks like an eye.
It's like
It explodes like an
It's
eye.
like goo.
Yeah, because they push out the I forgot what it's called.
What is it called?
They push it out.
But a sheep's eye
You
is
can
different
s-
to
yeah,
a person's
you
eye.
can see them make the slit and they go and push out the.
I just thought it was clever. Did you like when when he came? He left
I
the room.
I never even thought about how like smart that. I just assumed like if you want to do an eye cutting scene, you'd use a dead animal's part.
Or about the bit where he leaves the room and comes back dragging a piano in with 2 dead horses on it.
No, he doesn't even leave the room. He literally just goes.
Off camera, sorry. He goes off
Yeah,
camera.
he flicks to her, and then he comes back and he picks up these ropes for no reason. It's just like, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, not an animal-friendly film.
You think they killed those 2 horses for it? They were donkeys, apparently. Actually,
Maybe they just hit them with a car or something. Or like,
I think they might have been long dead.
I don't think they were long dead. They would have been a lot more,
They were
deteriorated.
pretty deteriorated.
Good effect, that
They
one.
could have been stuffed as well. They could have been taxidermy.
They looked like they were bleeding. Don't you think they kind of looked like they were like bleeding?
Yeah, but that's you could just put red paint on them in a 1929 movie with
and
a
it's
camera.
black and white.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to tell.
I mean, Debaser is. Would you say what's better, the song or the film?
The song, definitely the song.
I agree. Debaser is probably like the second best song in the whole thing.
Yeah, probably. What about Tame? What do you think of Tame?
Just like Cinderella, must be out on a good shame. Talking sweet about nothing.
Because I like that one.
Good punk song.
Yeah, I like.
It's pretty simple. There's not much
Yeah.
going on like.
It's literally just like this woman is boring, but she's
man,
very attractive.
It's basically like, I think it's something about.
How many men do you think have hips like Cinderella?
That's the first verse, Eric. I think it's about like.
Well, then he
It's
also
just
goes,
college
"You're
students."
shaking that can," or something like that.
I mean, that could apply to men.
Yeah, but I feel like it's made.
He said it's about college students who lived in Boston that he used to hate.
I'm making good friends with you. You're shaking your good frame.
Yeah, maybe.
And then he just yells "Tame" a bunch, which is the best part. Honestly, music.
This typifies the quiet loud dynamic. I guess that's true. It is pretty quiet and then pretty loud.
I did notice it gets more intense.
The worst, not the worst.
I didn't really like it on the first listen, to be honest.
The most evident, the song "Gigantic" from
Yeah.
Sofa Rosa. That one, I've played that on like speakers. You can't hear the first minute of it, and then it just goes gigantic. Like it's all of a sudden it's like
And he
she's
yells
like
it.
screaming gigantic.
What about Wave of Mutilation? Did you like that one?
It's good. I mean,
It's all right. It reminded me of the Blue Water High song though.
I'm gonna
Do you
put a
remember
clip
that?
in of the Blue Water High song.
Too much choice, but not enough time.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah.
It's a surf rock song, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a version on Spotify called Wave of Mutilation Surf.
Yeah, well, it was for an ABC TV show.
No, but I'm saying
Blue Water High, anyway. Not
Wave
Wave
of
of Mutilation.
they did a version of Wave of Mutilation that was a purposefully surf rock version.
Well,
So is Here Comes Your Man. It's also a surf rock riff.
yeah, I was gonna say, "Here Comes Your Man" sounds very tropical.
Very Beach Boys.
Yeah, what did you like about "I Bleed"?
I like the vocal harmonies.
I really do like the vocals. I said that.
Even did you read about the dynamic between Kim Deal, the bassist, and the backup vocalist, and whatever the fuck his name was, Black Francis?
Francis.
It
We should call this podcast the Black Francis podcast.
But yeah, did you read about because in the first album she wrote Gigantic, right? And she does the backup vocals and she wrote more songs on the first album. And apparently the story is they were playing a festival and Iggy Pop was playing.
Oh, Iggy Pop.
And Black Francis loves Iggy Pop, and he's like, I have to go meet him. And he's like, I'm who's Charles then? I'm Charles. I'm from the Pixies. And Iggy Pop said, "Oh, the Pixies. I love Gigantic." And he apparently that enraged Black Francis that he picked the one song that he didn't write. Like he was like, "Fuck you."
Iggy Pop. He had a big hand in the Trainspotting soundtrack.
And the Driving album.
Oh, really?
He's on 2 songs, remember?
Oh, yeah, he is. He's one of the backup vocals, and then his son's just died or something. They talk about.
He's on 2 different songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
R.I.P.
Black Francis really
Ego
frustrated. If
yeah.
anyone likes it,
I can't wait
you're
to.
a dick.
Should we just call this podcast? We really like the Pixies. Our favorite is Gigantic.
It's a really good song, but Black Francis seems like a dick.
Yeah.
Every genius explanation, it's like, you're a dick.
Yeah. It's also everything you hear about the Pixies, they're like, lyrical prophet Black Francis, and I'm just like,
Apparently Kim Deal is like the chillest, nicest, and she eventually just left the band because he was literally not letting her write songs.
Get on him. He was just like, this is mine. Iggy Pop's never gonna like one of your songs again.
She wrote
how vindictive can you be?
He wrote, She wrote a whole album with a song, and she left and joined another band. And she was like, "Here's 15, like here's the songs I've written." And the band, they were called the Breeders. They ended up being bigger than the Pixies when they were both together. They were immediately bigger than the Pixies.
The Breeders, Jesus.
They had a really big hit, like a radio hit, because of a song she wrote. And Black Francis never had a radio hit.
Oh, well. Do you reckon he calls himself Black Francis because those are the sunglasses he bought?
I reckon he calls himself
Black
Black Francis because
Francis?
he's a fucking crazy person. Did you see his interviews where he was like explaining each song? He was like, "This is my mythological song." It's like, you're an insane
All
person.
of your songs are mythological
But
songs.
that's how
he talks about the Old Testament about 13 times.
like where
He's like, "Oh, Samson and Delilah. You ever heard of it? Bet you haven't.
maybe
Now
he was
you have."
dead. The way he describes his
this
own music.
the one with Uriah. Oh yeah, this is the one with.
This song falls into a category I would call biblical, and he would categorize all his songs.
He
into
does
like,
realize he's literally retelling an Old Testament story. Of course, it falls into that.
but he was
It's like saying, "Yeah, I reckon basketball falls into the category of sport." You think?
There's another song where he's like, this song falls into the category of archaeological. It's like, you're in... Yeah, this could be categorized as one of my archaeological songs. You have more than one?
Do you reckon he has like a filing cabinet full of these songs?
That's how it sounds. Like that's how he describes it. He seems like such... And there's another interview where filming out one of this album. It's like, people just want, they just want pop songs. They want 1 + 1 = 2. I say no. 1 + 1 = always 1 = like 4.
Equals whatever I want.
It was like
So he's a postmodernist. I get it. Yeah, I like the first verse of I Bleed.
What lyric did you have?
As loud as hell, a ringing bell behind my smile, it shakes my teeth. And all the while, as vampires feed.
As loud as hell, a ringing bell behind my smile. It shakes my teeth, and all the while, as vampires feed, I bleed.
What is I Bleed about?
It's about, the modern man.
Archaeology.
What the you're an idiot. You don't know what your own songs mean. I'll tell you that right now, mate. Yeah, it seems like it's about...
I just like the
I thought it was about
harmonies.
like waking up.
I guess this is the one verse.
Because I thought it was about like waking up, like for your night, like your alarm clock wakes you up, the ringing bell, then behind my smile, it's like I guess it's kind of like corporate life. You have to pretend like you're happy.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And then like or as vampires feed, I was like, that's you're not earning money, but your CEO is getting a raise. Reminds me about the drive-in.
I need to find this fucking... Here it is. This is a surreal work. I'm a surrealist. Songs can't be 1 + 1 = 2, 1 + 1 = bran muffin.
God, that's just not funny.
It's so...
That's just... You're not cool, dude.
This is recent interview as well.
Yeah, you can tell he's getting old. He's like, I'm still cool. Bran muffin, that's funny. It's like, no, dude, your relevancy's gone. Nobody cares about you.
They all like Kim Deal. She was the cool one.
She was the cool one. Iggy Pop knew
Even
it.
the producer...
We all knew it.
The guy produces, he was like, yeah, Charles was he was a good musician and he was, really talented.
Who's Charles?
It's Black Francis.
Oh, Black Francis.
But in the interview, it's old. He's like, yeah, Charles is a really talented guy, really good songwriter. Kim was so cool. You can just hear, you can just imagine him fuming reading an interview. I mean, Dead's pretty boring.
Dead.
Yeah, I know.
What about Here Comes Your Man?
Oh, it is. I got the order wrong. Yeah, Here Comes Your Man. I mean, that's just a great pop song.
It's a tropical song. It's very reminds me of the Beach Boys.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Being homeless is hard, man. That's the motive of the song.
And also earthquakes.
Yeah, they aren't good either. This dude's like, oh, man, I'm so profound. Bad things are bad.
Lyrics aren't really something we can delve into too much in this album.
No.
I think if they had a different... if you take this album and just remove Black Francis's personality, not from the album, but like his interviews years later,
it's an archaeological song.
I think I like the album.
This
more.
is my biblical song. It's about the Bible. Ah.
I think I'd like the album more if he didn't. If he died in like 1995.
I think I did say I said it album which references Old Testament stories.
Yep, I have that too.
Pretty biblical.
Religious and mythical themes spread throughout.
Yeah. It's just a bit like, you don't have to be on your nose about it. You don't have to... He's talked to the audience like they're an idiot.
Yeah.
This is my biblical song? Oh, really?
Like no one's ever noticed.
Yeah, Monkey's gone to heaven.
Great. I love it. I think it's a great song.
The lyrics kind of get in the way of themselves. There's some like really good scenes. They get in the way of themselves.
I have
His
if
singing
man
doesn't
is 5,
help.
then devil is 6.
Oh my god!
Then
Please
God
tell
is
me you
7.
didn't get fooled by the man is 5, devil
It's
is
not
6.
real.
Heaven is set. Heaven.
God is 7.
God is heaven. Please tell me you didn't get roped in by that.
I don't think it's real. I think
Because
it's
also
a good lyric.
another thing they did with Wave of Mutilation, where they were like, "Ooh, death can be a new beginning." They were also like, they start going Wave of Mutilation into a Wave of New Relation, and I was like, "It's profound, dude."
So you don't like that if man is 5? I don't think like
Not really.
He starts screaming it, then God is 7. That's pretty good.
If man is 5, then the devil is 6. Then the devil is 6. The devil is 6. Devil is 6. And if the devil is 6, then God is 7. And God is 7.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not deep, but I think
I did have a lyric from there.
What lyric?
The creature in the sky got sucked in a hole.
Now there's a hole in
Now
the
there's
sky.
a hole in the sky and the ground's not cold.
I hate the way he says that. Now there's a hole in the sky.
It's pretty funny though.
It's a great song.
Yeah, I also was like, is he challenging God in this?
Kind of.
Is
And
he going God is dead or God is no longer real
I just love
because we polluted the earth?
I love this, like the frequency of monkey in this album. Just the cover,
I hate chimps so much.
but monkey.
Monkeys are fine, but I hate when people call chimps monkey as well. Not because I hate chimps, just because it's incorrect. I'm a Stegler.
So does that impact your
Yeah,
liking of monkey goes to heaven even though it's not
No.
a chimp?
I do. It's like I was going to say proboscis monkey, but that's not.
I don't know what kind of monkey it
It's
is.
not real. Yeah.
I thought it was a dog for a long time.
Yeah. I remember I watched one of the things on YouTube, and someone because it has a thumb, the album cover
Yeah.
thing is like, I didn't realize the monkey had 3 arms, and it's like it doesn't have 3 arms. It's got a leg and 2 arms. That's what you can see, you idiot.
It's a 3-armed monkey.
It doesn't have 3 arms. It's got 2 arms.
I
and
know.
a leg.
It's that guy seeing that and being like,
Yeah.
that looks like 3 arms to me.
Yeah, I like it. I did like the what he was trying to point out is like we're just primates, but we've got like, world altering capabilities.
Yeah.
We're just like we could just do that. Like, we can just kill God.
What if a monkey?
Yeah. What if you just could do it? What if you could just do pollution and turn up pollution? And I didn't really get any of the pollution is bad. It was like I more felt like I know he's kind of saying that like we're ruining our own world, we're killing everyone like this, but I more got out of it. We can do a lot of shit.
Do you think it ties into Mr. Greaves well? The monkey goes to heaven and then...
Well, he also talks about the ecological disasters. Do you reckon he filed these under ecological songs?
I can almost guarantee you he did. How do you not like Mr. Greaves?
I don't know, it's just not that good.
It's so good.
What's that floating in the water? Old Neptune's only daughter. I believe in the sea breeze. Red woman in the middle, one that talks like Doolittle.
I feel like, what did I have written down for Mr. Greaves? How it kicks in, that's how I have it written down. It's like, it's all like show-tuney, kind of, it's a very show-tuney song. It sounds like something you'd hear in like Cabaret or something.
I don't know, I just didn't really like it.
I don't get that.
I was just like,
But you like Crackety Jones.
Yes!
They feel very...
Crack,
Can we-
Jones!
Did you notice after Monkey's Gone to Heaven, there's like 5 songs in a row that are barely songs. That it's like, here's a minute and a half of like a thing we're trying. Like, look, let's
Oh, except for number 13, Baby, which has like an extra 30 seconds at the end for no reason.
like Mr. Greaves, not a song. Crackety Jones, not a song. La La Love You. There's a
Yeah.
3 in a row that just like here's like an idea, and then like number 13, Baby. Yeah, There Goes My Gun's also really short,
Yeah, it is.
and then I feel like Hayes like it's like we're doing songs again.
For another 3 songs.
Yeah.
I know, it was just like, there's no like, it doesn't have the same impact as the other songs. It doesn't have the same like up tempo. It doesn't go as
I feel
hard
like
as
it's
the
pretty
other
up
ones.
tempo.
I don't know, just-
I had you can cry, you can mope, can you swing from a good rope? Oh, I believe in Mr. Greaves.
Yeah, hang yourself, dude.
That's the lyric.
Yeah, I know. I'm explaining it.
I know, but I think it's a good lyric.
Yeah, no, I guess. I suppose. Yeah, I was just kind of like, why does this guy like suicide so much? He talks about it in Wave of Mutilation, in I Bleed, I think, as well.
Also, I already told you the beginning sounds like Mama by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
The dun, 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 dun. What's that?
That's a Cantina, man.
That's what it sounds like. Is that not what it sounds like?
No, not really. Cantina Band is far more jazzy. That's like
But
them,
that- no,
that's
no,
like them
the
tuning their
rhythm.
instruments.
Dun, 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 dun.
Try doing it. Try humming it a different way. Maybe I'll understand.
I can't. That's all that's in my head now. It's all Cantina Man.
Cantina Band is so catchy. Sometimes you
song.
just go into like that. You just go into it.
It's a great song, Cantina Band. That's what it's called, isn't it? Cantina Band.
Cantina Band. They didn't even give it a name. They named it after the band. Yeah, Crackety Jones just slaps.
He got friends like Paco, Pico, Piedra, La Muñeca. He's gonna
It just goes so
I
hard.
don't know, but I like Crackety Jones. I think Mr. Greaves is like the superior version of that idea.
How? It's nonsensical.
He
It's
just
fun.
keeps saying
It's like a
bad
child
Spanish, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
insane.
He's got friends like Paco, Pico, Pedre, La Munecia. He receives on his set. That's a great lyric.
But he's like, I think you're gonna stab me, Mr. Jones, something like that. I'm scared you're gonna stab me, boy. That's what he says.
Yeah,
No, cut me. I'm scared you're gonna cut me, boy.
but he's got friends like Paco, Pico, Pedre.
Even he admitted he was like, yeah, probably should have said all this stuff about this schizophrenic guy. Well, it wasn't appropriate.
But Cracky Jones just goes so hard, and he's like, it's like another traveling song.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like
It's,
if
I don't
you
know.
so this is how I'll explain it. So for pretty much all of the album, it's at about this tempo.
Except for Debaser. But Debaser's like at the moment of everything.
But for Crackety Jones and another traveling song, the tempo is like here, and they're like ba 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 ba.
Don't you think it's like a song that would be in like a Bug's Life at like the circus when they
Yeah,
were like,
kind of. Yeah, I can see that. But it's just good.
it's fine. I think I like La La Love You more.
I don't.
All I'm saying, pretty baby, la la love you, tell me baby.
I don't like Well I Love You.
It's so.
It's just boring. It's
You
just
don't
three
like when he
people-
says shake your butt? Not too hard.
No, I don't.
That's pretty funny.
It's just kind of like
First base, second base, third base, score. What he says,
yeah,
home run.
I also was like, I get what you're doing with like the three people saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, where it's like, ooh, multiple people.
That's not what he's going
Bit
for.
frisky, eh?
I think he's got. The point of the song is basically like, this isn't a love song, but we've written a love song that isn't about loving someone, basically. I think that's the point. It's like a joke.
So like, hey.
No, because Hay's like weirdly
a lust
biblical.
song.
Hay's like biblical, like
It's
weird.
about fucking, isn't it?
It's about not having sex. That's what I thought.
Hey.
But it's like where he's like he gets like weirdly like abstinent, pro abstinent.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this dude's an idiot.
It's
I
weird.
wrote a whole thing about how he's just an idiot for being like, oh, we're so horny and our sexualization in society is bringing us down. So we should like, why is his solution to that? We should just stop. When he's there like, oh, I think we should just stop, but I can't, so I'm a hypocrite. It's like, then that's the wrong solution. If you can't do it, you make the best of a bad situation.
Wouldn't you?
And you try and make it.
I wouldn't say that La La Love You's they got that much to it like Hay does. I just think it's
La
a good
La
song.
Love You is just boring.
The guy's voice is
I
funny.
love you. I love you.
The deep voice, the drummer.
Yeah, I like the deep voice.
The drummer.
He's my favorite part of it.
He's a better singer than
Yes,
Chuck.
all of them are.
I'm gonna call him
All
Chuck.
of them are better
Black
than
Chuck.
Black Francis.
Black Chuck.
He's Black Francis.
That guy can sing.
Black Francis or
No,
Charles Barkley?
the drummer.
Oh yeah,
of
the drummer.
Pixies.
The drummer's elite. Yeah, number 13, baby. Only thing that
I
needs
did
to be
not like that
said
song.
is he sounds like Schmeagol.
Yeah, I did not like that song. That's a low light.
The opening riff reminds me of Cream though.
Which Cream song?
Just Cream in general, like
Band.
yeah,
Fair
like
enough.
the kind of psychedelic rock.
Yeah. The band was formed. The Pixies were formed by Chuck posting an ad. I don't call him Francis. Fine. Francis posting
Black
an.
Francis,
No, it's his last name. I'll go by his last name.
Mr. Francis.
Francis formed the band by posting an ad for a bassist who was a fan of both Husker Du, which were an 80s punk and hardcore band, and Peter, Paul, and Mary, which is like
They're my parents actually.
all three of them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like pop, like kids pop. He was like, I want someone who likes Husker Du and likes children's theme songs, and she was the only one who responded, and she couldn't even play bass.
That's wild. That's wild. That very unqualified as well. Alpha move. But I also like that the best one was like, yeah, I'll just
learn the instrument. You guys can
I'll
play
just
already.
go.
But...
I'll just join. Was the like somehow one person managed to apply, and they were the best person in the band.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot about the talent in Boston.
Yeah, it really
That's
does.
why-
Yeah, there goes my gun. I liked it.
I like it. It's like the part 2 of the Here Comes Your Man. It's like a weird. I mean, they don't sound that simple, but I feel like it's like a
Here comes my gun. Do 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 do.
yeah. If you fuse those two songs, maybe you get like the Beatles.
Yeah, it sounds very familiar as well. Yeah, what do you think was the social commentary on
Oh,
this?
there goes my gun. I don't think there's any social. I don't think
Guns
this band.
bad.
I
You
don't think
didn't
this
think it was
band
that?
could even do social commentary if they tried.
Really? So you reckon I'm reading into it, going a gun simultaneously makes people more intimidated of you, but you are also more intimidated of them.
Can I guess what he said about the song?
It's in my violence.
I like guns. That's my guess.
Do you reckon he likes finger guns?
He's proud of the song as an accomplishment in minimalism.
Dude, he's
What?
got his fingers in too many cookie jars.
It's not really about guns or violence. It's like 1 or 2 squares from a comic book.
So why didn't you give us the whole comic book then?
I think that's the idea. It's meant to
Well,
be just
no.
a scene. It's meant to be just one scene. Like
If
you missed the beginning and the ending, but here's this little segment of like a comic book of someone going, "There goes my gun." Did you get that?
Yeah, I get that, but that's just stupid. It's like going, yeah, here's a story. I've only given you one word of it. Okay, cheers. That's not a story then.
But the point is,
No, that's not a story. That's not a comic book.
that's
That's
meant to be minimalist. It's not a comic book. It's a frame. It's like a. It's
then
like
you can't. If you've got one picture, you can't call it a photo album.
It's like, isn't it essentially like just showing like some scene from a movie that's like 5 seconds long, and like it's like .exe.
You who. There goes my gun. Do 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 do.
And then I mean,
Hey.
Hey's my favorite song. I think.
But hey, where have you been? If you go, I will surely die. With change, with change, with change, with change, with change, with change.
I didn't like it at first. I did not like it. I thought it was kind of boring.
You know what I wrote about the song?
What?
People be horny.
Yeah, I just like because I think the problem was for a long time I hated the way he started the song when it's been like, hey, it's like what? But then the song gets much more.
There must have.
Good.
I wanted to say hello to you or something, but there's been some devil between us. And
Been
there's
try-
been some
music, been
whores in my
trying-
head.
Been trying
some
to meet you.
whores in my
Hey,
bed.
yeah, been trying to meet you. Hey, must be a devil between us or whores
Da
in my
da da
head.
da da da.
He's-
I was a little bit misogynistic, I thought.
No, I think it's more like self-loathing than misogyny. I think it's directed at himself.
Yeah.
I think he's angry at himself.
Yeah, probably.
I also wrote it's proto emo. It's a very emo song.
I thought it was I said he was definitely like being like pointing out the fact that he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, I love Hey. I think it's like an emo, like I don't know. It's before emo was a thing really. It's like a proto emo indie rock song that isn't completely averse to having a groove in it. Because most indie rock, the problem with indie rock is that it's like just white guys like.
Yeah, 5 white guys, but they're not in sync.
And there's no groove. There's no like. They're just like I love Pavement, right? You can't dance to any Pavement. You can't dance to a Pavement song, can you? Am I wrong?
I don't know what to say.
Is that not true?
I wasn't hearing them and going, yeah, I need to get on my feet and go.
Exactly, but it's like it's such stiff.
Static, yeah.
They're very stiff.
Yeah, I had a lyric for Hey though.
What'd you have?
And Mary, ain't you tired of this? Is this the sound that the mother makes when the baby breaks?
Do you think he has children?
I don't know. I just like, hey Siri.
I have to know now.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Does Black Francis have children?
Do you think he has children?
I don't know. I just like, hey Siri.
I have to know now.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Does Black Francis have children?
The children of Black Francis are Jack Errol Thompson and Lucy Berlin.
Firstly, their last names aren't Francis. What a fraud.
I also don't think this is the right Black Francis.
No, Thompson's his real last name. So the kid would be called Thompson.
No, it's just because it was on like a...
Charles Michael Kittredge Thompson IV, also known as Frank Black and Black Francis. This album, thumbs up. Black Francis, thumbs down. You're a strange man, and I don't think I would like to get along with you.
Half of this album is just us going Black Francis. What a stupid name and what a stupid man. Yeah. Silver?
No, I hate that. That's the one song Kim Deal wrote. I actually have to be honest, like that's a bad song, Kim.
I
Sorry.
really like the bass drum. And the bass to start with.
It just sounds like a song.
It's very atmospheric to start, I feel like.
It sounds like someone making fun of a Western song.
It's very good. I like the Western song.
I don't like the Western song.
The strumming is really nice. The distorted guitar at the end is nice. It puts across isolation very well, I feel.
Sure.
Because Silver, what is it? The most isolated metal? Because nobody wants to be second place. The winner gets all
I think bronze is more isolated than silver.
No, because then they get more sympathy.
Gouge Away.
Gouge Away.
It's okay. It's a good song.
Gouge Away.
It's like Gouge Away, Wave of Mutilation, and I Bleed. I feel like they're 3 good songs.
Yeah, this...
Also kind of emo, Gouge Away.
Yeah.
About the Bible too.
Yeah, I was going to say, another one is biblical.
A lot of eye references.
Yeah.
First song, last song, about eyes.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I think it's pretty good though. I think this is one of the best albums you've given me overall.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than Bright Eyes?
Maybe.
I don't think... It's probably... Think about I gave you the 3 albums, right? 3 albums I gave you. This is my least favorite out of the 3 I gave you. I like the other 2 much more.
What, you like Dinosaur Jr.? You like Crooked Rain the most?
No, I like Dinosaur Jr. the most.
Okay, yeah, and then I said not lyrically complex.
Complex. That isn't complex.
Not lyrically not lyrically complex, but brings up some important matters and gets wacky.
It does. This album, if you could describe it in one word, wacky.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
With it, I like the guitar. It was good for a bunch of the tracks. Raises tension well. The bass was consistently good.
She didn't know what she was doing. She was doing it right. I mean, I know she knew like 3 years in. She learned how to play bass at some point.
Yeah. Do you think she was better than Anthony Fantano?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he sucks. I've seen him bring out the bass on like
he's fine.
One of his
But he's
videos,
like,
and I'm just like, I don't think you're that good, mate.
Playing for years, he's probably alright. But Kim Deal is like has personality.
I then wrote the percussion is probably the least noteworthy, but definitely has some good moments.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for listening. I don't know what we're gonna do. I have 2 ideas for what we're gonna do next.
What about the Clash?
I don't listen to the Clash that much. We could.
London is Calling is pretty good.
We could just do the Clash.
I listen to that.
Okay, so the Clash, London Calling.
Yeah.
I was thinking Pulp. It's English. Pulp, different class. It's a big
Bussing Pulp?
Pulp.
Pulp,
Just Pulp.
okay. Because you said bussing, and I was like, excuse
No.
me?
So Clash, London's Calling.
Yeah.
Pulp, different class, which is just about class and sex. So I thought you'd like that album.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other one? And then a My Chemical Romance album, but I don't know which one.
Okay.
Not the first one. It's too. You would hate it.
And not the last one either.
'Cause you'd also
you
hate it.
said that one.
The
So.
first one's really good, but you would hate it. It sounds like shit.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so one of those. We'll do one of those next. Or I'll also think of something else, and we just go completely off track.
Yeah.
We'll get
We're
around.
probably
to it.
not even going to put this in the podcast. So if this makes it through, say something good in the comments.
That's a good idea.
Like maybe boost my ego. Say something.
Don't whoever disliked the Bright Eyes. Wait. I'll just say this. Whoever disliked the Bright Eyes podcast, we're coming for you.
Your mom's a hoe.
No, we're coming for you.
And whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
Someone disliked that and the New Order one on the same day. They went back and disliked the New Order one.
Wow.
I'm gonna fight you, whoever that is. We had
You better
100%.
be intimidated.
We had 100%. We had no dislikes.
That's
My
why. Who do you
entire
think it
channel
was?
had no dislikes until that.
I wonder who. Do you
Would
reckon
have
we
been
know
some
the
random.
person?
Would have been some
Okay.
random.
But why would they then go back and
You know,
listen to another one?
I bet it was someone who clicked on it thinking it was the album itself. Still,
Maybe we should name the podcast.
never.